Hello, hello. Welcome to October 21st. I will just give it a minute. We're going to talk about eclipses because this is an exciting time and I am hyped on it. Oh my goodness. So there's this joke that Libra season is really just pre-Scorpio season. Because Scorpio season is it's a time, and as a Scorpio sun and Libra rising with Jupiter in Libra, I can make these jokes because I'm a lot of Libra, but it's true. We're in a time right now. So we're just a few days away from a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio at 2 degrees of Scorpio, and Venus is in the party. And there's a lot happening in the next few days in the cosmos. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'll just go ahead and get started. Next week, and also if you're jumping on, just a little comment or hello, or let me know what's happening. Let me know where you're at. Welcome here. Okay. We've also got a little earth energy here. I'm feeling a relaxed Friday vibe. So, oh dear. Okay. I'm just so hyped. So welcome. So in the next week and a bit, we've got a lot of cosmic changes happening. And when there's a lot of cosmic changes, that also translates to a lot of personal changes because we are made of Earth, we're made of the cosmos, we're all of it. So when things happen in the universe, they're still happening to us, even on a cellular level. So there's infinite layers of existence, right? So when there's all these shifts happening in the cosmos, it 100% is affecting our being, whether we're aware of it or not. So it can happen on a energetic level, DNA level, psychological level, mental, emotional, physical level, experiential level, relationship level. Like there's so many different pieces, and this will affect everyone differently. So if you know your chart, that could be helpful for this conversation. And by knowing your chart, I mean, if you know where Taurus and Scorpio fall in your chart, then you'll be able to identify what area of your life could be directly impacted by these eclipses. Now, again, there's always layers to this. So I find whatever happens in my second house, my fourth house is definitely impacted because of how my chart looks. I have planets that are very exactly aspected to planets in my fourth house. So again, knowing your chart can be helpful for this conversation, but not all the way necessary. So let's just take a quick overview of what's happening. So in 2 days, Saturn is moving direct. So if you know where Aquarius is in your chart, meaning what house, meaning what area of your life it's affecting, there will be some forward momentum, some building energy happening, some steps forward, some direction, some understanding, wisdom gained in that area of your life. So that's Aquarius. Okay. On the same day, the Sun and Venus, which are together in Libra at 29 degrees, they hold hands, essentially, as I see it, moving into Scorpio. So what does that mean? Well, for one thing, what's happening tomorrow is Venus is beginning a new 243-year cycle, which is a big deal. It's called the Venus Star Point on the 22nd of October, right before Scorpio season 2022. What does this mean? There's a lot there, but nonetheless, Venus in Libra is bringing harmony on a new level for this next cycle. It's like starting this new cycle of just harmony and pleasure and just new energy coming to Earth. Okay, then they move into Scorpio together. So that brings a nice touch into Scorpio energy. So Venus and the sun, that's like it's this highlighted, beautiful energy going into Scorpio season. Okay. And then Saturn moves direct on the same day. Then 2 days later, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is exciting. I want to come back to that in a moment, but I'll just do a quick overview of what's happening over next week. Next Friday, the 28th, Jupiter retrograde moves into Pisces. This is just deepening this internal understanding, and not even just internal understanding, but like it's like a multi-dimensional understanding. It's being able to connect to the universe at large. And I think it's just really beautiful, Jupiter being in a fellow intuitive psychic sign of Pisces during Scorpio season. These eclipses are going to be deeply healing. Okay. So even if, because eclipses can bring changes, so even if like sudden changes and things happen, it's healing, it's cleansing, it's bringing us to deeper understanding, deeper wisdom, deeper knowing, deeper perspective, broader perspective. And it's we're so supported. Like we're so supported. The amount of like healing energy that's coming to us from all sorts of galaxies right now is amazing. Okay. Then on Saturday, Mercury moves into Scorpio as well. And then Mars goes retrograde. So there's so much wonderful stuff. Then on the 8th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Okay. So let's move back to this new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. 2 degrees of Scorpio. Does anybody here know where that is in their chart? What house? What area of your life is being affected? End of 2021 into early 2023 is this eclipse cycle of Taurus and Scorpio. And we are all collectively moving our attention, our focus, at least on a soul level, to Taurus energy. Okay. So we're being asked to recognize Taurus energy and release any sort of shadow aspects of Scorpio that we're carrying. So Taurus energy is, it's about the physicality of life, the practicality of life, the sensuality of life, it's our resources, it's our finances, it's connection to earth, it's connection to our bodies, it's connection to our, I want to say actions, but just what we're putting our energy towards, what is important to us, and specifically in the physical realm. Now, that's not to say that Scorpio doesn't have any focus here, because it most definitely does. I do also recognize that we're reconnecting with Scorpio energy in an empowering way. So we're detoxing some lower dense Scorpio energy, which could be, well, oftentimes it's can be psychological. So Taurus is very physical and Scorpio is very psychological. So we might be recognizing personally and collectively what psychological habits do we have? Meaning, are we possibly communicating in a way that we're trying to get a specific outcome, or are we trying to like bend circumstances to fit our needs and not leaning into our own energy work, how we can align our energy on the inside in order to create Taurus physical on the outside. So I shared this example on a call recently where I recognized how I was doing just that. I was really trying to justify why the situation should be the way I wanted it to be, and how I was navigating conversations internally and externally for that to manifest. And it was in a manipulative way. And that's very shadow Scorpio. As a Scorpio sun, things happen. But so I recognized it. I looked at that shadow, because Scorpio can represent shadows. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, I see how I can rectify the situation and come from an empowering place. Because Scorpio energy can also represent shared experience, shared intimacy, shared resources. So it's like taking that Taurus energy and making it almost creating a container, creating an experience. And that often isn't just with you, it can be with others. So how can I accept that there are other pieces to this situation that I can lean on? I don't have to do it all myself. I don't have to manipulate the situation myself in order to get X outcome. I can utilize co-creation energy. Okay, Scorpio can also rule things like sex. So that's a co-creation experience. You cannot create life without, well, maybe you can nowadays, but traditionally speaking, you need two beings in order to create another being. So that can be Scorpio energy as well. So when the South Node is in Scorpio, things around our sort of shadows and ways that we might be, again, manipulating or just even just stewing in our own minds, or it could also even be unconscious. Maybe you don't even realize that you have these psychological patterns that are actually disempowering, because the highest form of Scorpio is empowering. So like being in your power, being in your creative potential. So I also truly understand and believe that at the end of the day, your energy is what matters. Your energy is what's going to reflect on the external world. So, regardless of anything that's going on the outside, we got to align with our true power in here first. Then we will see a beautiful physical experience Taurus on the outside, and vice versa. Though you want to take aligned actions in the physical and then feel that experience in your soul, in your being. There's so many layers to this. Okay, so next Tuesday, when there's this new moon solar eclipse, this is this is like, it's very internal. So something that's also very interesting that's been happening lately is I'm like all week, I'm like, I gotta meditate. I'm like, I just want to meditate. I'm like literally meditating 3 times a day, which I'll be honest, I don't normally do that sometimes, but I'm just feeling this really, really strong pull to be internal. Like I actually put on, I have this like headband and I put it over my eyes so that I don't see any light, and I just be in like this like high vibrational frequency. Here's the other beautiful thing about Scorpio. It's like Scorpio is magnetic. Scorpio is aligning with your true power. So I am just sitting here like feeling that. And I'm, you can do this too, whether it be through meditation, however you find that pleasurable, powerful experience. Some people literally like sex magic is like a whole Scorpio theme. So if that's your thing, whatever. But however you can get into that state of confidence, consciousness, creation, magnetism, that's Scorpio energy. And so this new moon solar eclipse, this is about really like finding that inside. So any sort of meditation practice would be very beneficial right now, because yes, the North Node is pulling us into sort of recognizing what's important to us and on the physical, but you can't have one without the other. There's got to be this internal connection. And because I think we've become very hyper focused on the external, and a lot of this, by the way, is going to come up again in a new layer when the nodes move into Aries and Libra. I will definitely be on here to talk about that, but we gotta connect in as well. We've been really focused externally, but let's balance out this energy. Okay. So I want to talk about something really interesting about the solar eclipse, is that it's at the Sabian symbol. So if you've ever heard of Sabian symbols, it's just another layer of astrology. There's so many layers. I love astrology so much. It's a lifetime learning. So this is happening at 2 degrees of Scorpio, and that Sabian symbol is called a broken bottle with spilled perfume. So this can represent, so a Sabian symbol is just another channeled understanding of each degree of each zodiac sign. And this one is, yeah, it's titled A Broken Bottle with Spilled Perfume. So this can mean something that's fragile that broke, and now we're seeing new light, new perfume, new things within ourselves that we didn't realize were there. And this is totally in alignment with Saturn square Uranus, because Saturn's moving direct, Uranus is in Taurus, and Saturn is in Aquarius, which is square the sign of Scorpio. So this is like breakthroughs, this is new realizations, and possibly sudden realizations. So again, where's Scorpio in your chart? And it doesn't necessarily mean that only what's happening in Scorpio is what's happening in your life. Like if if Scorpio rules your fourth house, that's home, family, roots, emotions. Like doesn't necessarily mean that you're 100% moving or there's something happening in your family. Like there's so many layers to this. You want to think about where's Mars in your chart, where's Pluto in your chart, because those are ruled by Scorpio. What other planets do you have in Scorpio? There's lots to digest, but nonetheless, on a collective level and on again, everything's going to be reflected somehow in the personal. You've got breakthroughs, new realizations, possibly even just new sense of self, new connection to your soul. Oh gosh, it's opening up. It's realizing that there is strength in vulnerability. And so, because sometimes Scorpio can be like sort of secretive and not willing to share, not willing to open up, and just sort of like, I'm in my own world. I don't know what you guys are doing. But there's something about alchemizing any sort of hard boundary Saturn that we've kept in our lives, in our experience. Where are we not being open? Where are we not allowing our heart to pour into something? Where are we not expressing our truth? Scorpio knows. Scorpio is like integrity 101 at its highest. At its highest expression, it's being so real and so sure and so connected to yourself. So where are you not giving yourself that? And also maybe giving it to others. And I don't mean you need to give your entire self to others. Definitely keep some of your life private, but it's about recognizing, there's strength and vulnerability. We're kind of breaking new ground, new territory. And this eclipse is, going to help us to realize that. So pay attention to the energy now, but definitely over the next few weeks. And Tuesday, and I remember I would follow astrology years ago and be like, okay, it was a full moon, like nothing happened, like nothing in my life, like, I don't know, just another full moon. But now I realize there's so many little nuances to it, and it's just about being aware. And I think I just wasn't allowing myself to be self-aware. I wasn't allowing myself to see my own shadows. That's Scorpio. Scorpio is willing to look at the shadows, willing to look at the depths, and willing to be real with yourself and others. So there's some sort of shakeup here. Eclipses nonetheless, but Saturn square Uranus at this time, Saturn moving direct, like all these things. So there's definitely a shakeup, and just being okay to witness it. And you can also just set that intention, like, I'm okay with witnessing what needs to be witnessed right now, like universe, like, because it's, again, this is coming back to your energy, your power. So you can say the words, but do you feel it? Like, you can say the words, but are you actually embodying that energy? Are you actually feeling safe to understand this new level of understanding about yourself? The other thing about Taurus is Taurus wants safety. Okay, so we got to be safe, feel safe in our own being. I think that there's a lot of this not happening on the planet. We don't realize that it's safe to be ourselves because the world's a scary place, and we hide parts of ourselves away. But how can we create a sense of safety and security for ourselves and then express it, be about it, embody it. Okay, so I'm really playing with this Taurus Scorpio axis here when I talk about this. It's like, how can you know that you have the power to, just be yourself? Like, how can that, what does that feel like if you don't actually feel it? And again, I'm talking about, like, you say the words like, universe, I'm open, I want to experience, I want to know the thing, show me what I need to know, blah 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 blah, words, but like, what does safety feel like? The other thing about Uranus and Taurus, Uranus can also rule the nervous system, Taurus rules safety and security. So there's a lot of nervous system healing happening. And I think we're getting these upgrades again on an energetic level. We have the universe, we have like our guides, everyone's on board here, okay, to support us. Like, you want to talk about a posse, there's a posse of people, beings, whatever, light coming to this planet. And we got to embody that level of trust and that level of safety. Okay, how do we do that? How do we find this security within ourselves to be ourselves, move through these eclipses and feel refreshed and anew? I like to always consider tangible tools, tangible practices such as breath work and meditation and walking in nature and nourishing our bodies with healthy food. This is all very Taurasian. It's also very Pisces, Jupiter and Pisces, that's cleansing. So if you're thinking about a nice like fall cleanse, spring cleanse, wherever you are in the world, now's the time to do it. And just trusting your body to communicate to you exactly what it needs. This is also about coming home to ourselves in our body and our being. So you want to take care of yourself. You want to nourish yourself. You want to eat grounding foods, eat with the seasons, chew your food, take 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths, 6 breaths, 10 breaths before you eat. Set an intention. That's another thing about utilizing your energy, is setting that intention, actually feeling it. Like, and this takes practice. Trust me, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I still catch myself just saying the things to say it, but how can you actually, there's so many layers. Okay, so Mars going retrograde in Gemini is aligning your actions with your thoughts and intentions, with your focus. So this is such a good time to really just step into new energy, but new and authentic energy, like really taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotions, taking care of your body. This is going to help you, I promise. It's I've personally recognized one, my obsession, I'm a Scorpio, but just like really living a holistic life, it's helped me so much to feel better in my body and my nervous system, because there are substances that we consume that are directly affecting our nervous system. So you want to talk about feeling safe to embody this high frequent energy. We got to get our body up to speed with that. And that does look different for everyone, but there's just like a general tone of wellness. And really, I look to nature, because again, we're looking at Taurus, we're on Mother Earth. What's on Earth? What do we feed our bodies? What does Earth grow for us to eat? Fruits, vegetables, beans, grains, like all sorts of really nourishing, grounding foods is going to help your system to integrate this energy. Because if you're eating a lot of processed foods, stuff with chemicals and sugar, all of that 100% is affecting brain chemistry. It's affecting your gut, and it's affecting what nutrients you can absorb, and therefore affecting your mood and your focus. So the healthier we can be will help you. Oh, thanks so much. Will help you to integrate this energy and to find that feeling of groundedness so that you can meditate. I think I recognize how I could never meditate before because I wasn't getting a sufficient amount of vitamins or protein or whatever it was. And I was just way too scattered. But if you are in a place of scatteredness and you can't just flip a switch in a moment, and that's not what I'm suggesting, but movement can be very helpful if you can't find that inspiration or connection for stillness and meditation. Try movement and just walking with the sounds of nature is best, but however you can get to yourself to a clear mind. Okay, so that's a lot there, but let's talk about the full moon lunar eclipse as well. So this is just the energy over the next few weeks, okay? And also just to really set a tone. It's not like do a cleanse, meditate for 2 weeks, and then that's it. And then we're out of the energy. No, this is about like really setting a new tone of experience going forward. We like, it's not just to do it now and then be done and go back to the old. We're clearing out the old, we're clearing out old ways, and we're stepping into new territory. 100% groundbreaking territory. Okay. So yeah, Mars retrograde also really, really important because Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. It goes retrograde on October 30th, and it's helping us to refocus our attention. I'm so happy this is helpful for you. Refocus our attention and align our actions with our intention. So I've been doing a 30-day practice, just a Facebook group, super light and simple for us to just share what we're appreciative every single day. So that's helping us to utilize our attention or focus on what it is that we do want to create, and how does it feel to appreciate these things? Because we, from a vibration of appreciation and love, we're saying yes to the universe. I want more of this. Okay, so practicing that every day up until Mars retrograde, because Mars is going to retrograde, is going to feel a little bit scattered. There might be, we just might not have great enough cosmic support for our focus, and we could feel scattered. So let's practice every single day, focusing our attention on what we appreciate and love. And just feeling that energy. Like literally yesterday, I was like, wow, I'm a magnet. Okay, so I had change, and I like threw my change out, and it stuck to this magnet on my purse. And I was like, I'm a magnet. I'm a magnet. I'm a magnet. I'm a magnet. We are all magnets. We are all energy beings. We have a frequency, and that frequency is attracting what we're a vibrational match to. So if we're focused on lack and limitation and whatever problems and blah blah blah, do, it just kind of keeps coming to you. So how can we, this is patterns. Okay, so like Scorpio South Node solar eclipse, we're releasing these patterns. So I'll answer that question in just a moment. So we want to shift our focus and just practice it, not just because we want to, again, manipulate and create a specific situation and outcome, because it usually ends up being better than what we imagined, but so that we can feel better. It's really just to feel better overall. And then the great wonderful things will come to you because you feel good. So you're feeling good, you're focused on feeling good, more good comes to you. It's just like you're this magnet. Okay, I want to answer this question. What does Mars retrograde mean to someone having Mars in Scorpio? I think I'd be curious to hear what house that's in for you. I think that just means that well, yeah. What's your sun and rising? You do have a powerful Mars natally because Mars rules Scorpio. So it could mean that this Mars retrograde might just be that much more intense for you, and not like it could be wonderfully intense, but yeah, it's good to know where your Mars is, because Gemini, Sun, Capricorn rising. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you've got this Gemini energy within you already. And then you've got, yeah, Mars and Scorpio. I'd have to really see the whole chart to give you like really a specific answer, but it could just add that level of intensity, and you just want to consider where's Gemini, what house is Gemini ruling, right? Like where your sun, where Mars is right now, is that 7th house, is that the 4th house? Like it's probably your 5th house. If you're a Capricorn rising, I would guess it's your 5th house, but every chart is a little bit different. And then yeah, what house is Scorpio? Because yeah, so like my Mars is in Cancer in the 10th house, so it's going retrograde in the 9th house. I know what that means for me, but I also think about what's happening in my 10th house though, because it can also affect that. So whatever house Scorpio rules, your Mars retrograde could have a layer of experience happening there. Okay, so the full moon lunar eclipse is at 16 degrees of Taurus. This is November 8th. And the Sabian symbol for 16 degrees of Taurus is an old man or a teacher attempting to express his knowledge, but he's not getting his message across. So there's a level of release here. And the reason I called this Welcome to the Present is I think what this teaching is about, and this actually has been coming up in my experience a little bit recently. So I know it's a message for this eclipse, but it's about creating your new present moment, like being in the present moment, like not trying to convey old messages of the past or base your experience on the past, because the present moment isn't really listening. The present moment isn't worried about what came before. And I think that that's what this full moon is really teaching us, is like letting go of old emotions, old attachments of the past, because it's an eclipse, right? So this is like, cut it, moving on. And Taurus is about the physical present moment. So I think this full moon is really asking us to like just literally let it go, drop it like it's hot. We're in a new vibe. And this came up for me recently because I was looking at my human design, which human design is another really, really beautiful modality to dive into. But I was looking at my human design, and like if there's any aspect of it to pull, it was this particular number. And it was about oh gosh, I can't even remember what it was called now. It's the pattern interrupter. So part of my purpose is literally to like let go of the past and create a new moment. Like it's just the same teaching. It's like, don't base your experience on what came before. Like oh yes, one of my favorites for sure. I hear you. It's so good. It's so good. So don't base your experience like, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, every moment is evolving, and your cells are multiplying and dying off in every second, right? And we're still in the same room that we were in. So there's pieces, but you can choose in every moment to think, feel, focus, and be brand new if you want to. You can create a new world. You can step into new energy. You can embody new energy in any moment. So there's some beautiful practices like embodiment practices that help you just get into your power, and just like intuitive movements, and like just I did one recently. Actually, I posted about it on my stories, but just like putting on some moody music and just feeling into this energy of empowerment or whatever it is that you want to embody, using the body to do that as well. And like, let your mind wander. Like, I really feel like this eclipse season is about really aligning like soul, mind, and body. How do you want to feel? How do you want to be? What do you want to create? Like, this is really empowering eclipse season. So eclipses can bring sudden changes, but can you just genuinely let go of whatever is actually leaving your life? There's so many people who are directly connected to me who are like actually getting rid of almost all of their possessions. And I've done that once before myself. And yeah, it's a weird thing. You're like, wow, I just don't resonate with these clothes anymore. I don't resonate with this food anymore. I don't, you're just done. And that's okay. And you don't have to hold on to any of it. You can choose new. And, if the people around you aren't really getting it, like that you're acting or being different, like it's not really their like problem. Like you get to choose how you want to be, show up, feel. And if you are in a new energy, be about it and don't worry about what other people think. That's easier said than done. I recognize that, but I think that's really what these eclipses are helping us to do. And I'm stoked. How are you guys feeling about this? If there's anyone on here who I have not read for, I would be open to checking your chart and seeing where these eclipses are affecting you. Again, that's if I have not read for you before, because I want to read for someone new. And if you do know your exact birth date, place, and time, okay, so the city you were born in, the time, and the date with the year, I can look at your chart, and we'll see what's happening. But yeah, I'm feeling it. And like, just trust what you're inspired by. Like if you hopped on this live or you watched this replay, and like what message was here for you, and what's inspiring you right now? What are you leaning towards? What are you, yeah, and is it something, okay, Stephanie, perfect. Is it, I'll read for Stephanie here. Yeah, like what's coming up? What keeps coming up that you're like, oh, I don't know why this keeps showing up in my life. I wasn't really into that before, but now I'm kind of into it. Like, trust it. Like your soul's leading you somewhere. Like for me to just like want to meditate all day, it's like usually I'm always up buzzing around doing things, but I'm like, sure, I'll meditate. And there's been some nice meditations. Okay, 9:30 p.m. Vancouver. Love it. Love Vancouver. Okay, let's see, Stephanie. You're welcome. Oh, let's see, where'd you go? Just Stephanie. Okay. Sorry, it just takes me a minute here to add the stuff in. Okay, Stephanie. Oh, so you're in your nodal return. Yay. Yay. Look at all that Sag energy. Okay, Stephanie. Sag sun, Sag moon, Leo rising, fire, party going on in Sagittarius, quite a bit of Scorpio energy. Okay, so let's look at this. Yeah, so fun. I love, oh, Sag is great. Okay, so this new moon solar eclipse is conjunct your Mars, it's conjunct your Pluto, and it's conjunct your South Node. I'm just saying, we were just talking about the nodes and Mars, and you're just embodying literally everything we just talked about. So yeah, for you, this is third house. So you're really shedding old mindsets. This is so beautiful. This is like just totally exactly what we talked about, but refocusing your attention, refocusing your energy, remembering your power. Your Mars is actually at 28 degrees of Libra, which, yeah, okay, that's great. And then you've got the South Node and Pluto conjuncts at 6 degrees in Scorpio, but this new moon's happening like literally directly in between that. And I just think this is so great. This is going to be, okay, so this is all third house energy. So you're letting go of old mindsets. You're refocusing your attention. You're coming back to your power. You're remembering that just how powerful your mind is and your words. So the North Node, this eclipse is going to be literally right close to your North Node, like so much beautiful stuff. Helping you to just like get back into like just connect with your inner wisdom, connect with your body's wisdom. So there's something about the body here that I feel like is coming through. It's just like connecting to your energy through your body, through your mind, This is like a huge growth evolution point for you in this life. Like, marvelous, absolutely marvelous. I'm like, it's so funny. I'm almost speechless at how excited I am that all these planets are for you. I think it's just like, I think what this feels like for me is, I'm not going to say too much because this is about you connecting to your wisdom and your knowing and your being. Um, that's what this feels like. Oh my gosh. 29 weeks pregnant. That's so, so, so beautiful. Um, yeah. Yep. I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is just a really beautiful time. Yeah, just shifting that focus, shifting that energy. That's so beautiful. It's funny, sometimes I read for people and there's like emotions that I feel or like things that happen on my body that I'm like, I know is a message for them. So it's like I'm looking at all this and I'm so excited about all that's happening. And then I'm like, no, just I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna let you experience this beautiful eclipse season. But then yeah, the full moon eclipse is conjunct your midheaven on the 8th in Taurus. And oh, that's so good, Stephanie. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this was incredibly spot on. The strength. Yeah. And yeah, the full moon eclipse in Taurus is conjunct your midheaven, and this is all about yeah, your 10th house and your midheaven is really about sort of your work in the world and applying yourself and like what you've built, and if there's anything in the area of work or career or just yeah what you want to focus your energy on that might need to let go. I mean, maybe it's even just like you going on a maternity leave or something like that. It's like it's time to just like yeah, get back into your body and get back into yeah, focus on the 4th house, home and family. Okay, so Curse Audrey, are you still here? I could do a little reading for you. And then Renee, let me know if you're here too. But Curse Audrey. Oh, you're so welcome, Stephanie. If you're still here. Hi. Okay, perfect. I love it. I would just have to like wait. Okay, let's do that one. Perfect. Okay. Oh, sorry. Is this December 9th or September 12th? Sometimes I don't know. Because sometimes people do day, month, year, and then people do month, day, year. I look at it as September 12th, but if it's okay, perfect. September 12th. 1970, perfect. 9058. Washington. Okay, what do these eclipses have for you? Okay. Beautiful. Virgo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Oh my gosh, we almost have the same moon in the 4th house. How fun. You're 8 degrees. And okay, wow. Libra rising. So much good stuff. Jupiter conjunct Venus, Scorpio. So much. Okay, interesting. So let's look at your transits. Yeah, so these eclipses are, where are we? Moons. Okay, beautiful. So new moon solar eclipse, Scorpio, is conjunct your Mercury and your Jupiter in the 1st house. So this eclipse that's coming up in a few days is really helping you to go within and find that because you've got Jupiter conjunct Venus, number one, is such a great thing. But number two, it's in Scorpio. So this is highlighting so much Scorpio energy. Like, so, okay, so you're Libra rising. I think Uranus is on your ascendant. So you've got Libra energy, you've got Virgo energy, but you've got strong Scorpio energy too. It's like your chart is really sandwiched in these signs. Not totally, but quite a lot of it. Anyway, so the solar eclipse bringing you into that Scorpio energy, finding that power to really express yourself, and of what variety is that? Because you've got, Virgo, you've got Libra, you've got Scorpio, but that intuitive, that psychic, that powerful way that you can bring your energy into the physical world. So recognizing that power is coming from within. And then let me just look at these here. And then, full moon in the 8th house. So, okay. So, I just gotta look at all of this together. There's so many charts open here. New moon Scorpio, go within, and then like full moon Taurus. So you've got Saturn in Taurus. So it's not conjunct your Saturn this full moon eclipse, but it's nearby. 8th house. This is so many different themes. So really some old emotions, some old a lot of Virgo, old emotions could be coming up, but like also just really shedding some like boundaries within your psyche that keep you from playing small or feeling worth of achieving great things, creating great things, receiving support from the universe, from energy like this. I think that I love the new moon for you, but I almost really love the full moon for you, because it's like it has this Saturn quality where, and we're talking about Saturn squaring Uranus, it feels like a breakthrough. It could be really, really old energy from the past. Anything that, it's almost like any authority or like power figure that possibly from the past or could be present, but it just feels like some stuff's coming up from, I don't know, an experience or people that made you feel powerless. And it's like, just like looking at it from that Scorpio, like goddess energy, like even that Libra quality, that just like from that empowered place, like you don't have power over me anymore, whether that's something in your physical body or some sort of past experience or some sort of just psychological imprintation. I feel like it's just really shedding out some of that stuff. So it feels like a very healing eclipse season for you, coming back into that power, but just like it's nice that you're connecting with this Jupiter Venus Scorpio energy before, and then as we've reached that powerful full moon, it's like this doesn't have power over me anymore. Oh, bless. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'm gonna rock. Okay, Renee. I love that name. November 23rd. Awesome. So this is all happening just before your birthday. I'm also November. I'm right there with you. November 2nd. Okay. 11:05 Winnipeg. Let's do it. Oops. Winnipeg. So, awesome. Okay, Renee, if you are here, oh my gosh, look at all this Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Pluto in Sagittarius. Oh, it's so fun. So I don't know if she's still here. Let's see. Okay, so I want to talk about Mars retrograde for you for a moment because you have all this Sag energy, and Mars will be retrograde well, it's like retrograde your moon right now. But Mars might help you to sort of balance out some of that Sag energy. Yeah. And just kind of get a little bit focused. Because maybe, yeah, Sag is about just being free and just over here and we're over there and we're talking to this person, we're listening to this idea. And Mercury is going to help you because it'll be on the lunar side of your chart, or Mercury, Mars, just like how can we gather, refine, focus. Okay, but these eclipses specifically, let's see, where are we? Full moon. Okay, solar eclipse in the ninth house. So the ninth house is actually ruled by Sag, so that's interesting. But new moon solar eclipse, excuse me. Yeah, so I will kind of repeat what I just said. It feels like this solar eclipse, along with where Mars is helping you to refine, refocus. Like, it just feels like there's a lot of, I don't want to say scatteredness, because I wouldn't necessarily identify Sag as scattered, though it does really like to learn, to study, to experience, to hear all the perspectives and all the ideas. And I think that this new moon solar eclipse is helping you to, yeah, just focus your energy inward. I know that that's a theme I've said a few times for a lot of people, but that's also what a new moon is about. But definitely just what's your truth? What are your beliefs? What are your values? Like, you, not all the other things going on, like really getting focused on you. And then when we look at the full moon eclipse in Taurus conjunct your IC line, full moon eclipse Taurus. So yeah, and even the full moon is actually asking you to connect with your internal roots, your internal experience. It's conjunct the IC, which is actually significant because that is ruled by the moon. So this feels like not only a refocus, but like a reconnection to your center core. Like, you're also like, what is your internal landscape? What is your because yeah, Sag can, it's like let me go out and explore and see all these beautiful things in like this new place and that new place, but can you do that inside? Like, what's the internal exploration, like helping you to balance out that energy is what this feels like, because there's an infinite world in here that we don't see unless we look within. So I don't want to be too cheesy and cliche, but yeah, coming back to how you feel in the present moment, and what wisdom is within your body, because you're so wise. So just reconnecting with that. Also, because I know you're 95, you're coming up on your Saturn return. So if there's any 95ers out there, 94, 95, 96s, I'm considering doing like a Saturn return workshop, because I learned so much in my Saturn return, and I want to help Saturn and Pisces folks out, because it's a good time. It's a really good time to connect with yourself. So I'm just planting that seed, putting it out there. Okay, I'm going to wrap that up. It's been about an hour. Thank you so much, guys. I hope that this was supportive for you, and happy eclipse season. Happy to connect. And yeah, I'm feeling so stoked about this. Let's reconvene after these eclipses and like discuss what our experience was, because it's going to be interesting. All right. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely will. Thanks, Jessica. So nice to see you. Happy eclipse season. Let's reconvene soon. I'll be into my 30th decade. It'll be a whole new energy. So, all right, much love. Have a wonderful day, and we'll touch base soon.